Welcome to part 2 of our kettlebell series, taking you through the beginner's guide to mastering the kettlebell. Today we're going to take you through our foundational exercises. Think of these as your phase 1 movements. If you're new to the kettlebell, this is where we want to start you. We're going to start to set the framework, set the foundation for more advanced exercises that will come to you in part 3 of our series. So the first exercise we're going to show you is the kettlebell goblet squat. So remember, we mastered our grips, we learned how to create tension, we learned how to have the right hand position, the right elbow and shoulder position to increase your performance and do these movements safely. Now it's time to take those grips and to start moving through our exercise. Coach Connor here is going to pop the kettlebell up under his chin. He's back to our goblet position, middle finger around the horns, actively pulling the kettlebell into him. Elbows are tucked down, chest nice and tall. He's going to take a stance about shoulder width. The goblet squat is one of the best lower body exercises that you can do to strengthen your legs as well as your core. So feet shoulder width, toes pointed out, elbows are down. He's going to think about staying as tall as he can. His first movement is going to initiate at the knees. So he's going to break at the knees, push them wide, and then slowly sit down into his squat, keeping his chest tall and his feet flat. Once he hits a level that's comfortable for him while maintaining posture, he's going to push to his feet and exhale to stand tall. So he's going to go one more slow, facing forward, elbows down, knees push wide, weight stays back in his heels. Exhale, push to your feet and stand. If you're new to this movement, if you have knee pain, think about keeping your kettlebell weight light and also just keeping your motion a little bit smaller to stay above any discomfort. Connor will face me, so your little side profile here, toes pointed out, straight line head to heel to start. He's going to break at the knee, push his knees wide, sit in, pause, exhale, stand. Let's go again. Sit in, exhale, stand. So that's your goblet squat. Our second exercise is the goblet split squat. So now we're going to move to more single leg strength in that split stance to overload the front leg to work on balance, control. This is great for runners. This is great for just improving your daily activities, going up and down stairs. So Connor's going to pop that kettlebell up, middle finger on the horn, elbows tight. Now we're going to take this long split stance where his right foot's forward, his left foot is back. Think about your feet on train tracks. We want our toes to be straight ahead, up on the back toe. Most of his weight's down through his front foot. Elbows are down, chest upright, like he has a glass of water in his head. Again, if you're new to this movement, we're going to keep the motion small. Connor's going to go about halfway down, bend in, exhale, and then push through the front foot to stand. Common mistake we see is people kind of shifting forward to back. This is a down-up movement, just like you're on an elevator. Connor, once you face me, put your left foot forward. So he's up on that back toe. Notice how long his stride is. He's going to drop in, weight stays through the front foot, that back heel lifts. Pause on the bottom for me, Connor, hold there. Straight line, knee, hip, shoulder, and head. Exhale, push through the front foot. That's your goblet split squat. Our next exercise is the Kettlebell RDL. It stands for Romanian deadlift. Just think about it, this is just a half deadlift. Great way to get into the deadlift if you're just learning it. Great exercise to target the backside, the hamstrings, and the butt. So Connor's gonna get that overhand grip that we've been working on. Shoulders are back, squeezing the kettlebell nice and tight, posturing up. His first motion is he's going to soften his knees, and then from there we're going to slide our hips up and back. The kettlebell is going to drop just below the knees. In this position here, his chest is tall. He's feeling some good tension on his hamstrings. As soon as he does, he's going to push to his feet and stand up. Now go ahead and face me so we can see from the side. So soften the knees, push the butt back and high. Pause right there. What I want you to notice is very minimal knee bend. The knees are not traveling forward because that's a squat. We want the hips high and a nice flat back. So he's actively working to keep those shoulders back, to keep his spine nice and stable. Push to your feet and stand up. Let's go one more. Slowly push the hips high and back. Feel some good tension on those hamstrings. Go just below the knee. Exhale, stand on. Our next exercise is the half kneeling kettlebell press to target the triceps and the shoulders, that upper body pressing strength. Connor's going to set up what we call half kneeling position, so he's down on one knee. If you have trouble getting all the way down to the ground, you can also add some padding to your knee to take some stress off it, or you can get into that lunge position and just stay up so you don't have to get all the way down. We're looking for 90-degree angle, so 90-degree angle through the front leg, back leg, and we're in that single arm racked position. So knuckles are up to the ceiling. We're going to make that straight line through that forearm, so elbow is down. From there, we're going to think about being tall. Connor's going to exhale, press, and spiral his hand forward. So notice that palm is facing you. Thinking about that bicep finishing right next to the ear. So we're not pressing behind ourselves. We're not pressing out in front. We're pressing vertical so that knuckle goes straight to the ceiling. We're gonna own the top position, spiral the hand forward, pause in the top, body stays still, and then spiral back down, elbow tucks down back into that rack position. That's the half belly kettlebell press. Our final exercise is the farmer carry. Connor's gonna set up with 2 kettlebells in that farmer grip position. The farmer carry is an excellent exercise. Get your heart rate up, it's great for conditioning and fat loss. Working on good grip strength, you gotta hold those kettlebells. Working on hip control, core strength, all in one. So our setup, again, we can't be lazy with those kettlebells. We can't let them pull them down. Gravity's trying to pull your shoulders down. We gotta fight that. Recruit all those important stabilizing muscles around the shoulder. So we're gonna think posture up, shoulders up and back, squeezing our shoulder blades together, getting tight, keeping the belt slightly off our body, and then staying as vertical as we can. We're reaching the top of our head to the ceiling. Connor's slowly gonna walk his way out. No kettlebell movement. Connor, stop right there. Spin around so the camera can see your back. Notice his posture. We're not being lazy and letting those arms slide down, putting stress on our low back. We're up, posturing back, creating some good muscle and creating some good tension around the shoulders. And then it's a nice controlled walk forward. That's the farmer carry.